Welcome back to the show, everybody. Yeah, I'm a week late, but we still have to make sense of a wrestling pay per view that I should have reviewed 5 days ago. And it is what it is. Uncle Trip is busy sometimes, but we gotta do what it is we gotta do and handle the business as it is. So, how about we talk about WWE Hell in a Cell? Or maybe we should talk about this weird build-up between Undertaker and Triple H. Maybe we should talk about why the hell Mick Foley was the special guest referee in the main event of this pay-per-view. Weird things that are just happening. Let's just talk about the pay-per-view. I really think that's the only way I'm going to be able to cure myself of this, because lately, while I am following this promotion, and I do because out of some weird sense of, oh my god, it's this soap opera I watch, of trying to understand and why, because knowing I get in front of the camera, these are things I have to think about, is that lately beards have been crazy. Because let's just get into the pay-per-view, and I'll explain. The New Day versus Rusev Day, and I'm trying to make sense out of, again, we are talking about Rusev, right? Alexander Rusev, as he was once called, a couple of months ago, main eventing a pay-per-view, getting swallowed up by the phenomenal one AJ Styles, who we'll be talking about later, into a tag team title match against the New Day. And the only reason they're champions is because of an injury, but that Bludgeon Brothers run was whack anyway, but I've said that before. Match was hot. It's just one of the things is I'm just trying to figure out, like, why this match was a thing. Like, I kind of get and understand that, that it's going to be a while before my boys, the Usos, day one-ish, they're going to get a turn again and being the tag team champ, because it's like, for real, when the Usos are coming out every week cutting promos, I'm like, I enjoy watching SmackDown because I enjoy watching people I like do things, and it's like New Day and their pancakes and blah, 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 but still, it's like, I watched this match and the match was hot, I appreciated it, and do appreciate it. My thing is that I'm sitting up here like, given the tag teams you got, and given that we talked about at the top of this earlier in like brief seconds, talking about Undertaker and Triple H and how Super Showdown is like really affecting the booking of pay-per-views, because the New Day have to face the Bar at the pay-per-view, so it's kind of understandable why they would lose that initial triple threat tag team match they were in the first place, because they get a title shot anyway. So give it to somebody because it's going to be on the pre-show, and kind of sort of doesn't matter. I've said that, and I feel better. How about we get to the pay-per-view for real? Let me ask a question. Randy Orton, what the fuck wrong with you, cuz? Cuz I'm just like, Randy Orton just walking around just like lurking in the shadows, kicking people in the balls and lurking in the shadows. That's pretty much what Randy Orton has been doing for the last month and a half. So I'm like, okay, and I've been watching SmackDown and I've been like, yo, I like Randy Orton just slurking around and kicking people in the balls in the shadows, because, he did other things, but I just like to just put it in the glob and say Randy Orton repeatedly kicked people in the balls. It just flows better for comedy and off the tongue. This match, however, against Jeff Hardy was not comedy in any way. There was a screwdriver in a man's ear. Did you hear what I just said? A screwdriver in a man's ear. In a man's ear. A man's ear. Screwdriver. At one point, everybody was in the Hell in a Cell bleeding, and I'm just like, they really doing this on WWE pay-per-view television? And I'm like, hell yeah, like maybe it's time. Maybe we are mature enough to bring back the hardcore title. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we are in a place to bring back the hardcore title. The answer is no, but I missed, you know what? I would say this, like, I missed the 24/7 rule. Like, you be watching, like, WWE Saturday morning stuff back in the day on USA, and it'd be like, yo, I'm walking through an airport, la-di-da-di-da. Oh, wait, it's a title match, bitch. Click! And I'm just like, if we could go back to that. My thing is, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton were in that Hell in a Cell and they murdered each other, and it was fun to watch. I really didn't think a match in 2018 involving the Legend Killer and I get drunk and fucked up before a pay-per-view in a different promotion would get in the Hell in a Cell and it would entertain me. I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't think that was a thing that could happen. I'm like, I had my thoughts about this match. I really did, legitimately. But this match more than lived up to my expectation because they went in there and they murdered each other. Murdered each other. And I appreciate that. So, thank you. Applause for you for going in a ring inside of a cell that was painted red that they live streamed, by the fucking way, and killed each other. Justice has prevailed. Becky Lynch is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. Because here's the thing. Charlotte shouldn't have won the title with SummerSlam to begin with. Just it. It's like the weird build of we're trying to get Becky over on the fans in a certain way when all Becky should have ended up doing, and they ended up turning back on it, letting her be herself and letting Becky break Charlotte's arm. That's what we needed. We needed badass Becky Lynch to break Charlotte's arm. It's what we need. The thing is that the future withstanding, because I'm going to pretend today is Monday morning and not Friday afternoon, for the sake thereof, to even, age this video. Let's just say this. This is going to go places. At a minimum, Charlotte will get her rematch. If or when that happens. But I, for one, that is me, I appreciate that this match was A, it delivered, B, the built up to the match delivered, because Becky Lynch just coming out of nowhere whooping a bitch ass, and I'm just like, all motherfucking ready. Just sitting up, I'm in the crowd, la-di-da-di-da, what's up, bitch? And I'm just like, throwback shit. That's some old WCW shit. Let me hit you with this fucking briefcase. Like, I remember, like, Mongo used to walk around that briefcase smashing people in a briefcase. That reminded me of throwback WCW. Like, what's up, nigga? Build up was great. Match delivered. Becky Lynch is the champion. I can definitely appreciate that. Okay. We're gonna get more into this later, because the next match we got that was on this pay-per-view, because I'm a little flustered because I'm trying to figure out the words, right? Let me try this, okay? Let Uncle Triple try this, right? Okay. There was this tag team called the B Team. You might know them. It was a guy and another guy who used to be affiliated with another guy who also wrestled with his wife on this pay-per-view, but whatever. A couple of weeks ago, my boys, the Revival, we're going to win the tag team titles finally and stop being shitted on from Holy Heights by WWE. No. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre beat their ass. Went out there, took their title shot, and beat the B Team, and then beat them in a rematch to just shuffle them off the fucking way. To make way for this thing that has to do with a triple power bomb on Braun Strowman. So that we could keep all of this together and make sense. Dean Ambrose came back at some point. We know about that. And him and Seth Rollins are going to try to get the tag team titles from the bad guys of Dolph Ziggler and the chosen one, Drew McIntyre. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this. I am glad that even though this match was dope as fuck, that Seth and Dean didn't win. It would have been nice that if Shield had all titles. Shield rocking all the gold. Because at one point, there was a Shield that rocked multiple pieces of gold while they were rolling. Because I think, because I'm trying to think, who was it? I think Roman at the time was U.S. champion. And Seth and Dean had the tag titles, and then everybody had the gold. I think we're going to get back to that at some point. But I don't think this is where you do it. My thing is, this match was off the chain. This match would then later be shitted on by actions later in this pay-per-view. But I have to say, probably the best match of the night. For real. The best match of the night other than the match following this. Best match of the night. I'm like, yo. Dolph Ziggler, for all the shit he talk, can still wrestle. For everything Drew McIntyre is, he's still amazing. The Kingslayer always killing. And there's the Lunatic Friends, bitch. Looking better than ever. Came back super buff, sat up her, got that clean cut and shit. Looking good. You know what I mean? Looking like a real wrestler, as some people would say. Just putting that out there. I love this match. I did. AJ Styles is still the WWE champion. I'm sitting here and questioning why. Why? Right? Here's my thing. This was the best match I saw on this pay-per-view. Until that garbage fucking finish. And it's like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Real shit. AJ Styles, over the past year and some change, has been involved in more garbage finishes to great matches than even I will admit. Because for some reason, it's gotta be some controversy to keep somebody in the title picture longer. AJ went his ass to sleep. Beat Samoa Joe by pinfall. Regardless of all of that. You want to know what was better than this match? The build-up to this match. Like, when we talked about SummerSlam, I joked around about the whole Eddie Guerrero Rey Mysterio thing, and I really still to this day still think that, you know, child support papers on a pole match is stupid, fucking dumb, but still. For Joe to get this personal with AJ has been entertaining television. Like, they sit up here saying, like, Joe won't go to these depths. Joe has been to these depths and then some because he's Samoa fucking Joe, right? The thing is, I appreciate that it's been able to go this far and Joe has been able to take it as far as he's taken it. And at a minimum, because of this garbage finish to this wonderful match, we're going to see this at least 3, 4, no, maybe maybe once at the next pay-per-view. Maybe. Unless they sit up here and try to really do away with this on television and there is some way they can resolve it to get somebody else to face AJ. But you know what I'm saying? At the same time, we still have pretend fake pay-per-view real house show to deal with. And I don't really think no title is changing hand. No better than the greatest Royal Rumble ever or whatever the hell, you know, where no women were allowed, blah, blah, blah. The thing is this. I don't know what they gonna do with my boy. Like, I love AJ Styles. He is somebody I love to watch to wrestle. The thing is, the way that the WWE is booking AJ Styles is weird. Because the way that they book him, it's like they don't trust nobody else to carry the SmackDown brand, is the way that it looks to me. And I know that's not true, and I know that my fears are not as unfounded as I think they are, but that's just how the booking makes me feel. That no one else but AJ can be the title. There can nobody else but AJ be the champion. Whoever it is, they get to end his reign, gonna have a lot to live up to. Because regardless of garbage finishes that I complain about, I love living in the United States of Nakamura. I do. I love it. But at some point during all of that, Shinsuke Nakamura should have been WWE champion. Still salty about that. That's just me personally. But it's like maybe giving him that mid-card belt, let him build up to being the WWE champion. Maybe this is ultimately the build up to WrestleMania where Shinsuke wins the damn thing. I don't know. Like, where's Asuka? I could answer that, but then that would be diving into the future. I don't want to do that right now. This match was off the chain, but I just have questions of how this is going to continue. How more personal can Joe get before he loses again? Like, what's next for AJ Styles? Like, when I think about the SmackDown roster, like, you really finna put Randy in that position for real? Because, like, given that he sat up here and put Jeff Hardy on a fucking stretcher, it's like your choices of who you gonna try to challenge your champion is this small. And that's not good. That's not good. Regardless, AJ Styles is one of the best in the business. No denying that. And so is Samoa Joe. And they put one-on-one hell of a match. And they are telling one hell of a story. But my question is, how much more story do they literally have to tell? How do I do this? There's a couple who has a show. and the other couple who has the show, and they wrestle. I care not to even talk about this. I care not to even talk about this because, see, ever since WWE Evolution was announced, the Bellas have just come back in full force, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I do not understand, but I guess it's not for me to understand. It's not for me to understand. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, the match was cool. I liked it. But I'm still questioning why. Because, see, here's the thing. Is that this is because it's like, my thing is that I know why this keeps happening. I understand and get why this keeps happening. That The Miz can only be defeated by Daniel Bryan on the grandest stage of them all. Because that's what you're building to. It's like it can't be nothing else, which is why I really, honestly, legitimately think they pulled the trigger on Miz and Daniel Bryan wrestling way too early. This is a build up that even if you announce WWE Evolution, that should have started right around that point for it to start to build to the road to WrestleMania to ultimately get Daniel Bryan in the Miz on the grandest stage of them all for Daniel Bryan to finally whoop his ass. Because again, every time this involves one of these people, garbage weird finishes. The Miz, after everything, after Daniel Bryan whooped that ass, click clock, you get your ass done 1, 2, 3 at SummerSlam. Maurice reversed on Brie Bella, grabbed them tight toes, 1, 2, 3, and here we are again. Match was decent, like I said, but it's like, did they pull the trigger on this way too soon? That's the question. That is the legitimate question that I have about this feud at all. If they did they pull the trigger too early? I'm not gonna be the one to try to make that determination as someone who watches, but that's just how I feel. That's how I legitimately feel. Legitimately feel that they pulled the trigger on Daniel Bryan and The Miz too early for this. This has to end at some point. It can't be every month The Miz wins to the garbage finish and we run this over and over and over again, because sooner or later, the thing that we've been looking for years for this payoff is going to be worthless. And you don't want that. But we'll see. In other news, my boo Alexa Bliss put up more of a fight against Ronda Rousey than I thought she would, but she still got her ass beat and now is injured. That's it. That's it. I'm like, yo, my girl Alexa had some shining moments in that match, but there wasn't no way in hell she was going to be booked to win. No way. I'm not sitting up here saying that they figured that Ronda is going to be like this Goldberg-like machine or some shit, or hold the title like Brock Lesnar forever. But Alexa Bliss ain't beating you. That's just what it is. I'm not saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing bad about Alexa. I love her. I love everything she does. Everything. Big fan of her. I'm like, I didn't used to be like in her, but it's like over the years, Alexa Bliss done won me over. And it's like, I love to watch her wrestle, but the thing is, right now, it's Ronda Rousey's time. It's just what it is. So, I don't know what this means at all. I sit up for straight up. I don't know what this means for the women division. It's like, I don't know what this is. I have no clue. I have no clue. I don't. I literally do not. Literally don't. But the future is anything. The future is anything. And we will see. We gonna see exactly what it is. Just like I talked about earlier when I talked about AJ, it's the same thing. Is that, I'm like, they gonna write Joe off one way or the other. It's like Joe gonna get his rematch at some point at House Show or whatever the hell, and it's gonna be what the fuck it's gonna be. And it's the same instance right here. Is that, how are they gonna book Ronda? How do you? Like, unless she's finna sit up here and get shocked with a damn taser or something, I don't know how you book her to lose. I don't know. Unless she lose on bullshit ass gobbledygook, I don't know how you book that loss. I don't. Maybe it's not for me to figure out, but it is what it is. Oh, yeah. There was a match, and let me tell you what happened. It was this dude. They call him a big dog, and no one likes his ass. And there's this dude who tells you to get these fucking hands, and everybody loves him. But, you know, he cashed in Money in the Bank once and got triple power bombed. He sat up here, made an alliance with people who are currently the tag team champions at this juncture, you know, to fight off, you know, the bad guys that are the Shield, I guess, or good guys, depending on how you like this shit. At some point, Mick Foley came out on a Monday Night Raw and said, yo, we're going to paint a fucking cell red, even though he didn't actually say that shit, and I'm going to be the special guest referee because I fell off this thing and I fucking altered the rest of my fucking life because of a match with the fucking Undertaker. So, we have this match, right? And it's a match. It's something. At some point, this shit gets really ignorant. You know those tag team champions that dude who says to get these hands is down with? They came out and then the Shield did. And then they fought on top of the cage and you really thought some motherfucker was going to fall in? But no, that didn't happen. And then just bodies just splattered all over the place. Given this, that there may have been a clear and concise winner, maybe that man being fucking Braun Strowman after repeated spirits of Superman punches and a whole bunch of shit, running power slam, blah, blah, blah. That dude who said that he quit, came the fuck out, called himself Brock fucking Lesnar, I guess, and came out with the greatest mouth in all of professional wrestling, Paul fucking Heyman. Heyman sprays fucking Mick Foley with something in his eyes, and Brock Lesnar kicks down the door with both their ass, and the match ended in no DQ. So, that was a wrestling match. Do you see the look on my face? I'm like, I knew Braun Strowman wasn't gonna fucking win, but I didn't know that they both were gonna get their ass whooped by Brock fucking Lesnar, who's supposed to be on his farm, milking his cows and fucking his wife, and doing the things that Brock Lesnar do to kick down the door of Hell in a Cell, beat both of them ass. So, I don't get it. But I do. Here is the triple prong. Uncle Triple gets this shit, okay? Roman Reigns can't lose to Braun Strowman. Just can't. You can't book it that way because I don't know if this is a trust issue with Braun being a champion, but he was a tag team champion all of 24. Never mind that. Roman Reigns is supposed to be the greatest thing since a sliced piece of bread, but no one likes him. I'm like, I think that's what at this juncture that people who really care about wrestling are conditioned just not to like this nigga. I don't know. And Brock Lesnar just kicks down doors and beats people's asses. Where does this sit? What does this mean for the Universal Championship? Plenty of things. Things we can't talk about now because today is Monday morning and not Friday evening. Here is the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know. I just don't. Because I get it, but I don't get it. I don't get it. There was a lot of fuckery in that match, including a count to 3. That was a 3, but they were like it was a 2.5 or some shit. I just don't know. Roman Reigns finally conquered the beast. That's good. That's great. Having your homies help you triple power bomb him to help him not cash in Money in the Bank. Okay. Braun Strowman making his own clique with Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. Okay. That's fine. Come out in the middle of the match and fight on top of Hell in a Cell and spatter each other's bodies all over the place. Okay. Brock Lesnar just comes the fuck out of nowhere. Mick Foley gets sprayed with pepper spray in his eyes. Brock Lesnar kicks down the door and whoops 2 men's ass with a fucking door. Okay. Wrestling, folks. What it is. Can't be nothing else. It was nothing else. It can be nothing else. It's going to be what the fuck it's going to be. Because it's wrestling. And we love it so much. Love it so much. Great pay-per-view overall. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. I don't know what it is that is going to happen from this point forward, because it's going to be a long build up to the next pay per view, and just trying to figure out the how and whys of what it is just part of why I sit in front of the camera and talk about wrestling like I do. It's fun, even though that it gets on my nerves sometimes. It's still fun to watch, and at the end of that's why I do it. So, with all of that being said, children, Uncle Triple's talked out about wrestling for right now, but we got more show for you. We do. Well, of course we do. So you know what to do. Sit back, relax, and chill. Uncle Triple and the rest of the squadron at Team GRF got exactly what you need, and we will have all of that and more after these commercial messages. And now this is me stopping the video about me talking about professional wrestling. See you after these commercial messages.